Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. Today's video is a mini tea that's been happening on the internet recently. We're going to be talking about the arrival of the newest member of the Klein family and how Ethan missed the birth of his son, Nikocado, avocado, and Ethan possibly trolling us, and Trisha Paytas almost getting arrested during her honeymoon, and so much more. But before we get into all of the tea, let me plug the Hot Tea Twitter account where you can keep up with any updates as well as send us stories that you want us to cover. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when I post. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down anything you want in the comments down below. Okay, so let's start off with some good news for once. If you guys have been following the H3 channel this past year, you would know that Hila Klein has been pregnant with her and Ethan's second child. And in one of our last videos, we mentioned that Hila's due date was this week and they are going to be taking some time off of YouTube, and she actually gave birth a few days ago to their son Bruce Klein. He was born on the 2nd of February 2022. Pretty cool birth date. It's also my sister's birthday, but that's unrelated. Ethan shared a few pictures of him and Hila saying baby Bruce born 2/2/22. If you look closely at his blanket, you can see that he is a foot soldier already. Everyone has been super supportive and positive about the news, so congratulations to the Kleins. On his personal channel, Ethan posted a video where he and Hila talked about the experience, and apparently Ethan missed his son's birth. Ethan got held up in the hospital parking lot waiting for the result of a COVID test so he could enter the hospital.
And then I get a call from the nurse, one of the nurses, and she says, your wife is about to deliver. I said, what are you talking about? Actually, I kind of expected that. So she goes, your wife's about to go into labor. I was like, okay, bye. I'm literally in the parking lot. So I have like a huge duffel bag. I'm running to the ER, which is on the opposite side of the hospital. The security guard was outside being like, because they told him just to let me in because my wife was going into labor. So I'm running in there.
When they let him in, he ended up running into multiple security hurdles that ended up causing him to arrive about 2 minutes after his son's birth. Hila also talked about her perspective on the experience as well, and here are a few clips. If you want to see the full story, go watch their video.
There's like a secure door, an intercom, and a camera, and you have to push the button to get allowed in. So I push the button, nothing. I'm pushing the button, nothing. Pushing. I was probably there for 2 minutes, which is weird when you guys hear what happened. So then there's another door. Right down the hall, there's another entrance, and I see someone who works there just cruising in. So I run over there. I was like, yo, somebody let me in. And then one of the nurses heard me. She says, are you Mrs. Klein's husband? I said, yeah. She goes, okay, she's right in there. And I start walking up, and I hear a baby crying. I was like, no freaking way. I walk in the room, and there's Hila and the baby and all the doctors. She gave birth 2 minutes before I got there. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I walked in, I was like, what the F is...
A lot of people have been worried about Hila since this past year, especially during her pregnancy has been stressful. The H3 crew has had a lot of drama going on, from the frenemies breakup, the lawsuits against H3 and Ethan, drama with Keemstar, and more. It's been hectic, and people are glad that Hila and her baby are safe and healthy. And while we're on the topic of H3 and drama, people are starting to think about the Nikocado and H3 collab and how Ethan and Nick might have trolled us into thinking it wouldn't be happening. Remember how Ethan really wanted to interview Nikocado on the H3 podcast? He was offering Nick to come to LA, they can film a mukbang for his channel, have the interview, and Ethan seemed to be really interested in having a conversation with Nikocado. Nikocado, on the other hand, wasn't really having it. He was more like, what are we even gonna talk about? They even went back and forth a little bit with videos on each other. Ethan was joking about Nikocado's character and persona and OnlyFans. Nikocado was trolling them by calling Ethan names and calling Hila Hildy or Hilly. Then Ethan said that he was willing to do whatever it takes to have him on the show. He mentioned that Nikocado was a bit of a diva with his conditions and requests. Eventually, Nikocado agreed to go on the podcast, and it was planned to air towards the end of January. Ethan was covering the costs, everything. A few weeks ago, however, it was announced that Nikocado canceled on H3. Nick posted a video where he said he emailed Dan that he's not coming anymore. He explained he was uncomfortable with the jokes made at his expense about his weight, OnlyFans content, etc. It was a big deal. We've covered it in a previous video. Check it out for more details. On Patreon, Nikocado posted a video sharing more in detail why he's not going to the H3 podcast. Ethan made a video reacting to it. He was like, if you're gonna put your reasoning on a video behind a paywall, I'm going to react to it because it's in my right to do so. He said that he consulted his lawyer just to make sure that he can talk about Nikocado's videos. Ethan also apologized in his reaction to Nick's video about the jokes. He thought that they were both just having jabs at each other. All of this was going on around Hila's due date. As we already mentioned, she just gave birth to baby Bruce. Congratulations again. But the reason why Ethan wanted to have Nikocado in January was because it was going to be the last thing that they would work on before Hila had the baby, and they were going to take some time off. Now, why are we bringing this whole thing up again? So a few days ago, Nikocado posted this video titled Intense In-N-Out Cravings, Emotional Mukbang. In that video, Nick claimed to be in Malaysia, but there's no In-N-Out in Malaysia, it's only in the United States. This confused people. It was assumed that he is in California, even though the restaurant chain is in more states in the US. And as the video goes on, in one of the frames you can see a sign of a shopping center that is in LA, California. And at one point, Nikocado says that it's New Year's Eve, 31st of December.
You know what I mean? It's like January 1st is tomorrow. Today's December 31st. It's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's day one. Day one. No going back. New me, new year, new beginnings. New me, new who? New me, who you?
You may ask why this is important. Well, up until this point, people thought that Nikocado was posting in real time. It doesn't really add up with him saying that he canceled last minute in January, but he still went to California before that. Did Nick want to use Ethan for the free trip to LA but didn't want to admit it? Nikocado is against traveling to LA and staying in hotels because it messes up with his work schedule as he posts daily. So now people are speculating if Nikocado and Ethan managed to record a podcast episode and then pulled off this fake fighting and drama to prank us. It seems crazy to think that that's the case, but then again, nobody expected that frenemies would be a thing. Like, I don't know if you remember, but when the first episode of Frenemies dropped, everyone's jaws did too. So maybe they did all of this to make the interview more interesting, or maybe people are just speculating too much. Now let's talk about Trisha Paytas and yet another hypocrisy of hers. In one of my recent videos, we talked about Trisha almost getting arrested in a foreign country while on her honeymoon. So basically, people were mass reporting Trisha for making adult content in the Maldives, where it's illegal to produce, possess, distribute, etc. because it's considered a form of criticizing Islam, as the Maldives is a Muslim country.
People were tweeting that, like, falsely that I was doing like adult content, and I wasn't while I was there, but because I have in the past, obviously, or because that is like part of my job here in the States, like they were tweeting it there, and like because it's a conservative country, it's a Muslim country, like it's like illegal to like do any of that or distribute any of that there, and I wasn't, but people were doing that.
In the previous video where we talked about this, I showed a clip of her discussing this on a recent live. Why are we bringing this up again? Because a clip from Frenemies resurfaced that shows another case of Trisha's hypocrisy. In that clip, Ethan was trying to explain to Trisha why Moses would not want to create adult content with her because of how conservative his family is, as well as the way people in Israel / the Middle East perceive this type of work. Trisha was all like, well, it's their problem, they are this conservative, who cares, we're in America.
Their fear is that Moses will do a porno with you.
Getting closer to that.
And if he does that, I'm just saying, because all of his extended family, and they're all super conservative OG, you know what I'm saying.
Right, for sure. My
and,
family is too, though.
No, it's different.
It's not.
You don't know anything about Israel, even though you make a bunch of Jew videos and all this bullshit, and just because you eat falafel doesn't mean you know anything about Israel.
Obviously, different countries have cultural differences between them, especially on this topic. Ethan was trying to explain to Trisha that people like Mia Khalifa have been banned from countries in the Middle East, and not to anybody's surprise, Trisha was super ignorant about it.
The reason people leave Israel, they don't stay there. No offense, Israel, I do want to come to you, but...
Damn, did a flip-flop on Israel real fast.
Mostly just Moses' family that are judging me right now. The ones that are
Again, they're not. They're accepting of you. It's
but
just,
if I want him to do a with me, that's what I do. Why can't he do that? Why is that wrong? Why is that bad? We all have sex. My parents know I do porn. So like what? Like they just
I feel like you
that's
are not working hard enough to empathize with his situation. It's you. Do you understand? Like,
I do.
People have been pointing out that clip out since she shared that honeymoon experience, saying that she doesn't care about other people's safety or reputation as long as hers is okay, or that she only cares about her own ass when it suits her and nobody else's, which is not really new information. One user commented, Trisha saying she does not want to disrespect other people's beliefs is beyond hilarious. Such a good girl. It's so funny that she does not care when she disrespects anyone else's cultures, but the second that she's about to get arrested, all of a sudden she wants to respect a whole country. country again. Something else to add to the Trisha tea, she posted a TikTok a few days ago where she used the sound "that's not my name" and she called out drama channels. She was showing the title and thumbnail of different videos calling her names, and the funny thing is, most of these titles are true. Guys, one of my videos was there, so I'm pretty proud of myself for making it in the list. It seems like Trisha wants to be as drama-free as possible. She made a few tweets about blocking toxic people and negative comments, which is odd because without the negative comments, she wouldn't get as much attention online. As we all know, she has said multiple times that she loves all forms of attention online. She tweeted, "2022 is the year of blocking negativity on social media. I used to just let it go, but if I see it, I'ma block it, and it feels good." One user said, "I thought you don't read comments / the comments don't bother you. What's good, Trisha? LOL, what happened to your manifestations and letting negativity reflect off of you? I thought you were protected. Even witchcraft rejected you." And lastly on Trisha, I swear, since Bruce's birth, one of her videos got flooded with comments congratulating Trisha for becoming an auntie. Some were even trolling her because of her talking about angel numbers and numerology when she was on her collect all religions and forms of spirituality journey. Baby Bruce is here, and on 2/2/22. What an amazing birth date, angel numbers. Bruce born on 2/2/22. What an amazing birthday, so perfect. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on everything that we talked about. Do you think Ethan and Nikocado avocado pranked us? Will there be a possible interview coming out soon, or are we speculating a bit too much? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every single day. Alright, bye bye.